On a recent night in Hollywood, a groundbreaking premiere. For the first time, a TV show filmed almost entirely with indigenous actors.
Yo! Hey! Indy Mafia telling everybody told them y'all was the Reservation Dogs, since y'all didn't like Res Bandits.
Produced, written, and directed by an indigenous crew.
That's my auntie.
And filmed on indigenous land.
When I looked along the whole step and repeat and red carpet and looking at every stop and everybody being interviewed were all indigenous creatives, that was so empowering and like a oh my God moment to see.
I wouldn't have thought, you know, I would ever be part of something so massive and like so groundbreaking. But here we are.
You have all these amazing kids. None of them look alike. They're all representing different facets of what an indigenous teenager would be like.
Hey everyone out there in Indian Territory, Oklahoma.
It's a dark comedy called Reservation Dogs, now streaming on FX on Hulu.
Hey, we're selling meat pies outside if y'all want any.
Yeah. Hey y'all, this girl with stomach pains is selling meat pies. Y'all want any?
The show becoming an instant hit, already renewed for a second season. Its young stars even joining Hollywood's A-listers at last night's Emmy Awards.
We are here on television's biggest night as creators and actors, proud to be indigenous people working in Hollywood.
Set on the Muskogee Nation Reservation in Oklahoma.
Somebody ripped all the damn copper out of 20 different street lamps.
Yo, hurry up.
Mom!
Where a group of Native American teenagers are trying to scrape together enough money to travel to the promised land of California, their way of coming to terms with the tragic death of their friend.
Can either of you imagine the impact it would have had on you as a kid to see a show like Reservation Dogs on your television?
Probably would have started acting a lot earlier, you know?
I wish we could have had a show like this as a kid growing up.
It's one of the roles that I'm most proud of playing.
28-year-old Devry Jacobs plays Alora, the ringleader of the group, happy to finally be in her element.
Too often have I been the only indigenous person on set, let alone queer indigenous person on set. And I was really getting used to feeling isolated and lonely. And even though I was really proud of the projects that I was a part of, they never hit close enough to home for me like Reservation Dogs did.
Are you Crazy Horse or sitting?
No. I'm not one of those awesome guys. No, I'm more of your unknown warrior.
Keeping true to Native American culture,
William Knifeman.
the show injects humor by way of necessity into each episode.
The show is about celebrating our communities and indigenous comedy and the way that we've coped with 500 years of colonization and genocide is by laughing it off and making fun of each other.
Where does the story come from?
The show was created by Sterling Harjo in collaboration with his longtime friend and Oscar winner Taika Waititi. For Harjo, filming on the indigenous land where he grew up has been years in the making.
Oklahoma's a very unique place. There's 38, 39 tribes there right now. You drive an hour in any direction, you're in a new tribal territory with new languages, new customs, and that's smack dab in a very conservative state.
But this is a project where the location obviously informs everything about what we're seeing on screen. You couldn't manufacture that somewhere else.
And I mean, you know, it is a character, and I think actually the Oklahoma as a location is part of what people are responding to when they say they've never seen anything like this. And we all face different experiences. We all have friends that committed suicide in our communities. You know, health issues is a big issue in Native communities. Lack of water, lack of resources, all of these things that come with surviving attempted genocide.
People have been encouraging BIPOC voices and have been looking for BIPOC voices and have quickly realized that where is the I in BIPOC? Where are indigenous folks? Why aren't we allowing space for them? And now we're finally being granted space to share our stories.
According to UCLA's Hollywood Diversity Report, Native Americans landed just 0.3% of all top film roles in 2018 and 0.5% in 2019. Native women did not account for any of those roles in that time.
I grew up seeing people that represented me being shot off horses constantly.
As recently as the 1990s, Native actors were largely stereotyped.
How would you describe how you've seen Native people portrayed on screen until now?
Native people are the zombies. We are the Walking Dead of Westerns. We are the thing that's in the way of Western expansion. And I think a lot of that has to do with guilt about the attempted genocide of our people. And I think that in general, people don't want to see us as humans because that makes you feel bad.
The history of problematic Native characters.
What's your crime, boy?
Indian.
And whitewash representation on camera has even led to backlash. Johnny Depp came under sharp criticism following his 2013 portrayal of Tonto in The Lone Ranger.
Princess Tiger Lily.
2 years later, a similar firestorm when actress Rooney Mara was cast as Tiger Lily in Pan. It's a role Mara says she regrets, telling The Telegraph, "I really hate that I am on that side of the whitewashing conversation. I can understand why people were upset and frustrated." Strides are being made. In 2019, Wes Studi made history as the first Native American to receive an Academy Award.
I'd simply like to say, it's about time.
To the cast and crew of the Reservation Dogs, that pivotal moment in representation was just the beginning.
It's very obvious to see in Reservation Dogs. There's talent on screen and behind the screen, and it's always been there. It just hasn't been nurtured or given the opportunity to be in these places, to be able to make these shots, to be able to hire these people to tell these stories.
So what impact do you hope this show can have on kids who are growing up just like you did, but now get a chance to see you?
I hope it shows non-Indigenous people that we're normal.
All people need are opportunities to be heard. There are amazing stories if we're open to hearing them.
Our thanks to Kaylee. Reservation Dogs is now streaming on FX on Hulu.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.